Hello. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? I hope you are having a fantastic day. It's not the greatest of the game week so far. Not many goals in there, not many points, captain blanks. It's a good game week to have a bad game week, as they say. Welcome everyone. Let me know if the stream, if the sound is good. I'm not in a mute, which I think I'm not, but good to get the feedback from you. And as we started last episode, we will start with a quiz. So there is a poll already live here. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and welcome to this stream. So the quiz of today is: which player has had the highest XGI so far this game week? And you have four options. You have let me bring up the quiz. Yeah, you do have Ivan Toney, you have Bruno Fernandes, and you have Jarrod Bowen, and you have Wilfred Zaha. So one of those players has had the highest XGI so far this game week. So if you watch the matches, you might have a guess which players has had the most involvement so far this game week. Meanwhile, let us know how many points you are on so far, how many players you have for tonight. We have already a match starts in less than an hour, so I'll make sure this stream is neat and nice and short. Welcome everyone. Rodriv, Taher, Abdullah, Chiseled Planet. Welcome everyone. Welcome. All right. So, make sure you vote in the poll. Let us know who you think has highest the XGI, and then we will start immediately with the match day report. We've had seven matches so far, and two still to go tonight, and already we have one game blank, Man City against Arsenal. So many of us went for Salah captain. I didn't have him, so I got away with it. Only for Son captain to blank, so no advantages in my side. Hello Faid. Hello 25 points. Okay. From 18k to 100k. Well, it's too early. If you have many players tonight, I think the rank will surely improve. I think the average players remaining for this game week is 1.5 for most of the players. So if you have two or more, there is a chance you make up some ground. Okay, so all right, the chat. Let's see the poll. Okay. Oh, very close. I'll give 30 seconds max because there is a tie between Tony and Bruno Fernandes. So both of them on 37%, Jarrod Bowen on 17, and Zaha on 9. I think the result will surprise you, and I will show you why in the match day report. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we end the poll, and then we have the winner of the poll is Ivan Toney with 38%, Bruno Fernandes with 36, Bowen 16, and Zaha 8. And the correct answer is, you did not guess it right. So it's Jarrod Bowen with almost 1.5 goals, expected goal involvement. To be precise, 1.32. So I will discuss how and why. But these are the top 4 in general for this game week. So, alright. Yeah, as a Bowen owner, I am as well. I just signed him on the Scoutcast Live before going on to the deadline, and apparently I broke him. But hopefully he can pay us back on the next game week against Bournemouth. Alright, so let's start with the match day report. Okay, so 7 matches so far. On this screen you can see 4. There's another slide with the other 3 matches. Not many exciting things, but this game week was all about the goalkeepers and defenders yet again. So Brighton and Nottingham Forest, a goalless draw. The key statistics from this match is basically Trossard, who was a popular punt for this game week for many. He managed to an expected XGI of 0.43 with a total of 4 goal attempts. He was very close to net a goal, but at the end of the day, he finished with a blank. Danny Welbeck, he had the highest XGI across the whole match with an XGI of a 0.59. Other than that, not much really. Nottingham Forest did not offer much for this match. I think Brennan Johnson has the highest XGI, and it was something like 0.15. So not really much, but important 6-pointers to Nico Williams owners. If you have Henderson, if you have Sanchez or Dunk, this match is perfect for you, but not for the attackers. Same thing in Brentford and Chelsea. Ivan Toney, I don't know how has he blanked. I guess if you are an owner, let me know in the chat how you feel about it. He was so close. He really should have scored. He had 2 big chances, 4 goal attempts, and XGI of 0.86. I think you're gonna have Tony if you don't. Let me bring up the fixtures for Brentford. Well, just 1 second. Who they play? Brentford. Okay, so they have Aston Villa away, Wolves at home, and Forest away. Not really bad. Then they end the sprint, what I call the next 4 game weeks, is basically a sprint. They end the sprint with Man City away before the World Cup. So 3 decent matches. And if you have a transfer to use, you want to get rid of Solanke or Mitrovic, whoever you feel like, then Tony is top of the list. He has to be. Raya and Kepa is someone I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and I said keep an eye on him. He's now 4.5 now, so he rose in price from 4.4 to 4.5. Managed 5 saves and 1 BBS. Another clean sheet for him. Another top performance from Kepa. I really like him. Other than that, I mentioned Kovacic just to show you that no one else has offered any attacking upside or potential in this game from Chelsea's side. Brentford, we have also Raya, who managed 5 saves as well. He nicked the 3 bonus points, so massive 10-pointer for Raya owners. Moving on, a game that we expected to have to be a 0-0 or 1-0 myself was much better than I thought. 2-1 win to Palace. From the Palace side, you have Wilfred Zaha. Finally, he made me proud. Made us proud. 4 goal attempts and XGI of 0.7, the highest in the match, and I believe he was the 4th highest involved player for this game week so far. Managed a goal and 1 BBS, nice 8 pointers. Olesi is another alternative option. I really like him as a player. A total XGI of 0.56, and he managed an assist. On the Wolves side, Diego Costa has managed an XGI of 0.33, and I think the backup left back, Bueno, has managed an assist, but important to mention that it had an XA of 0.08. So it was a really rare assist, let's put it this way. And at 3.9, it's yet to be seen for how long Ait Nouri will be out for. And if that's the case, Bueno, I believe his 3.9 could be really nice enabler if you look for someone. Not sure about their fixtures. Let's have a look at Wolves. The next 4 game weeks, they have Leicester home, Brentford away, Brighton home, and Arsenal home. So they have 3 home matches, but they are not the easiest. I still expect a low scoring games in these ones. So he would be a shout. Eze is much better than Zaha, but he's not on the penalties. Well, yeah, I definitely think that Zaha is on the penalties, and Eze is much cheaper. So it's really about what you're gonna do with the budget. In his budget, with a bit more, you can get into the Martinelli. I think 1 million difference. But apart from that, I really like him. Why not? Right, so Bournemouth lost at home to Southampton. Solanke is pretty much the standout player that we really want to have a look. Managed an XGI of 0.57, so that was a good stats for him. Didn't manage to get a return. On the other side, it's impressive from the fullbacks Kyle Walker-Peters and Perraud. Kyle Walker-Peters has managed an expected assist of 0.52, the highest. One of the highest amongst defenders this game week. I will show you the defenders table. He's really high up there. I think he's the first from the 7 matches that have been played so far. Perraud, he's managed an assist, a total expected assist of 0.37. So the fullbacks have done a really good job against Bournemouth this game week. I don't think they will do it many times against the stronger teams, but for this game week, they've done really good. They have really done very well. Let's move on to the other 3 matches. And here we go. Another low-scoring games. A lot of nil-nils and 1-nils. But nonetheless, we managed to get some nice stats here. Newcastle United, a home win against Everton, 1-0. From the Everton side, it's pretty much the Calvert-Lewin, who came back from injury, managed an XGI of 0.17 and nothing else. I'll give a shout out to Anthony Gordon, who managed a yellow card. I think this is his 6th yellow card this season. I owned him briefly, and every game week he scored for me, but he also got a yellow card. So he's on course to beat Ramos in a few years' time. From the Newcastle side, Bruno Guimaraes, he managed an expected goal involvement of 0.57 with a return of an assist. My guy, I mentioned him on the Scoutcast. If you look for an enabler, Almiron, he again did score a goal and managed 2 bonus points. His total XGI was not very high, but it was decent enough. It was a 0.25. It's alright. It's a goal and 2 BBS. So if you have him, you managed to get a 10-pointer from him. Really nice. Trippier, what a legend. Another clean sheet. Another decent statistics. Expected goal involvement of 0.34. And he managed, of course, to keep the clean sheet and 3 bonus points. Yeah, Abdullah, Almiron is a great option. Yeah, I think so. Whether he continues that run, I think he scored quite a few recently. So regression might be due. But if you have the patience on him and you nail the fixtures, I think Almiron will always be there. Yeah, you're right, Abdullah. Almiron has 1 more point than Salah. 57 against 56. If you've told me this earlier this season, I would have said, no chance. That this will not happen. Moving on, Manchester United, a home win against Spurs, 2-0. We will have to talk about Fernandes because he went off for a really long time. What was the last time we discussed Fernandes and owning Fernandes and getting points from him? It's been a long while. He's 9.8, so he's really in a tough bracket. And 1 perfect or 1 top game week isn't enough for me to consider him. But we know Fernandes. We know he's a good player. He just needs some consistency now in order to be an FPL option, in my opinion. But for this match, incredible. He managed 9 chances created, 6 goal attempts, and he managed a goal. Rashford, he has been very decent as well with a total XGI of 0.53. And Spurs, apart from Kane, who managed an XGI of 0.41, none has really offered much. Son, who was my captain, he didn't do anything. An XGI of 0.08. He barely played. I have Harvey Barnes as a vice captain, so let's see how he does. But yeah, disappointing night for Spurs, and still Kane putting out some stats. I think he managed 4 shots, but that's it. Another disappointing night for Son owners. And finally, for this game week so far, Liverpool 1-0 win against West Ham, and Nunes has managed an XG of 0.46, and he converted a goal. Salah managed very similar expected goals stats. He managed an XG of 0.43, but he blanked. And he was very wide. He had a couple of shots in this game, but in general, he was really hugging the touchline. It was another disappointing night. I think the last few minutes of the game, he had been very closer. The last 10 minutes, he has been very closer to the goal, but at the end of the day, no, disappointing night. Jarrod Bowen, an XGI of 1.32, that's the highest, and that's largely due to the penalty miss. 0.8 expected goal was pretty much the penalty. He hadn't done, I think he had another shot and that's about it, but he managed to have an expected assist of 0.52, which put him in a total of 1.32. So he has been very active in trying to provide an assist to the team, and he missed the penalty himself, so that's really disappointing. Alisson, another hole. I know a couple of friends who own Alisson, and I was like, yeah, but why? And that, the theory where we say, okay, why would you own a Liverpool goalkeeper? Well, it seems that this season is very profitable in terms of points. Alisson now has managed 14 points last weekend and 15 points yesterday. And he is now third in terms of total points for goalkeepers after Sa and Pop. He's 5.4, and there isn't much between the other goalkeepers. So, do I consider him on a wild card? Yes, potentially. Their next 4 game weeks are really good against Forest away, Leeds at home, Spurs away, and Southampton home. So, if you're not convinced enough by Onnit, Tsimikas, or Van Dijk, I think Alisson is really fine. He proves to be. I don't think he will give an assist and saves a penalty every game week, but I think he's a very decent option. And that's it. That's it for the match day report. Let's have a look at the positions, and starting with the goalkeepers. Alright, so we mentioned a few names already from the match day report, and we will look here at the XG prevented. So mostly about the most overperforming goalkeeper. And Alisson tops the list for this game week. 3 saves, big chances conceded. He managed to make 3 saves and XG prevented of 2.1. Impressive, and kept a clean sheet. So that tells me that West Ham should have scored, and it tells me that Alisson had a great game. He definitely saved the game for Liverpool. Dean Henderson, this guy has an up game, a down game. He's he had been in a few game weeks where he's not even making saves. Now he came back with 7 saves, clean sheet, and XG prevented of plus 1.6, which is amazing for him. Kepa is back, top of the list, 4th on the list, of course, for the goalkeeper this game week, but he's coming up in the stats. 5 saves, an expected goal prevented of 1.1, and yet another clean sheet, which is brilliant. I think I started to feel like he's nailed his position, but I'm still skeptical in going for him. If you are on a wild card, I would consider him. At 4.5, I think he's a really nice option. I'm not sure the fixtures are the best for Chelsea until the World Cup, but I think after the World Cup, we might talk about him one more time. So yeah, and let's look at the defenders. And before I move to the defenders, Abdullah is asking, who would I prefer, Tony or Darwin Núñez? Let's keep that question until we go to the forwards, because I'm going to show you the stats for both of them. They are very close, so the fixtures might play a role in there, but let's keep it for a few minutes. And now we talk about the defenders. So Kyle Walker-Peters, he has managed the highest XGI amongst the defenders with a total of 0.52. Perraud as well. Trippier with 0.31 total expected goal involvement. Trippier has had the highest chances created this game week so far with 4, followed by Botman and Perraud. So it's kind of yeah, it's you will not see here the Cancelo, of course, because he's blanking. But it's interesting that Trent hasn't been here. So he has got 8 points, a clean sheet, and 2 bonus points, but he hasn't delivered much in terms of attacking and threat. If you go down all the way down the list, you have Perisic with a total expected goal involvement of 0.14. Doherty hasn't been in the range for this match, for this table. Apologies. So another game week where Doherty has disappointed a bit. I think he's done a very good job defensively in general, but not as much attacking wise. And Perisic is in general, Spurs didn't do much, but yeah, he's keeping his place now. Then we have to look at. Let's have a look at the midfielders. Okay, before we move on, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you like the content, and I hope you do. Let me know in the comments. Midfielders. Bowen tops the list with an expected goal involvement of 1.32. It's largely due to the penalty miss, which is about 0.77. But on the other hand, he has created one big chance, and his expected assist was 0.52. Bruno Fernandes has managed 9 chances created, 6 goal attempts, in a total XGI of 0.74. What I can read from this one is basically, of all the chances that Fernandes has created, only one was a bigger chance. So they were low quality chances, and that's why they did not accumulate so much expected assist. But still, nine chances created is something far more than any other player. In the table, you will see down the list, Olesi is next with 5 chances, with a total expected assist of 0.36. But above him, you have Bowen, Fernandes, Zaha with a total HGI of 0.7. And then if you move down the list, you will see Salah mid-table with a 0.48 expected goal involvement, mostly in expected goals. And 6 goal attempts for Salah, but only 2 shots on target. Marcus Rashford has managed 3 shots on target out of 4 goal attempts, and a total XGI of 0.53. And then Trossard, who disappointed a lot of FPL managers, he has got 4 goal attempts, 1 shot on target, and 2 chances created that accumulated a total of 0.43 total expected goal involvement. That's it for midfielders. Let's have a look at the forwards. Okay, so Ivan Toney tops the list with 4 goal attempts, 3 shots on target, 2 big chances missed due to brilliance of Kepa, and total expected goal involvement of 0.86. Comes next Firmino with a total XGI of 0.76 and 5 goal attempts. Abdullah is asking, shall we consider Nunes or Toney? So here you have Nunes has managed 6 goal attempts, 3 shots on target, a lower quality chances than Toney's. He managed an XGI of 0.47. So it's still really good for Nunes, but he's more expensive than Toney, of course. So it's going to be about, are you going to consider captaining him against Forest while Haaland is playing Brighton? If you look for a forward in that price bracket, here you have Toney's stats and you have Nunes' stats. I think Toney has had a better game this game week, and of the course of the last few game weeks, Toney has been more dangerous. So with that money, 1.4 difference, maybe Toney edged it a little bit. The Broke Machine X, love the stats of the day. Thank you very much. Thank you. And yeah, so here you have stats for Toney, for Nunes, and for Firmino. Firmino is gonna be a black horse. Not many will look at him. I think the options for Liverpool are limited in terms of rotation. Question is, who's gonna win the lottery every game from Nunes, Firmino, and Salah? I'm not sure that the goals will go through someone specific. I think they will be distributed. So yeah, here you have it. Skamaka, I'm gonna mention him because of the last 4 game weeks, he's managed 16 goal attempts. I think only one player, which is Kane, I believe. There was a stat on the FF Scout Twitter that managed more goal attempts than him. For this match, not as much, but he managed only 2 goal attempts and the total XGI of 0.28. Minutes will always be concerned with Antonio, but if you fancy someone really differential, then against Bournemouth, it's gonna be either Antonio or Scamacca. So it's really about who you think will start. Antonio hasn't done much, so that's why you don't see him in the table. But if you believe Scamacca is gonna start, then yeah, might be a good option. And that's it for the forwards. Thank you very much, everyone. So that's we are just under 30 minutes. So I'll let you go and watch the matches for tonight. If you have many players, good luck, and I wish you a very nice evening. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all on Saturday after the deadline, after the matches of game week 13. And yeah, until then, take care, everyone, and have a nice evening. Cheers for now.